the escapism or the fantasy or the action that you think has been so enduring for all the fans?
Honestly, I have no idea. I think Power Rangers has, something for everybody. Obviously, we're superheroes. We're very colorful. We're martial artists in theory, and we're just supposed to be regular teenagers. Not so much anymore, but teenagers. We just are. The original cast, I'd say, the original series was very wholesome and had a very wholesome factor to it, and we were trying to save the world. We were trying to clean up the environment. There was always sort of a moral message within the show.
I love that you describe them online as teenagers with attitude. It's a very good description. Now, I have to ask, we have a lot of different genres here. We keep talking about all the different actors we've met today. Everyone has something that they're interested in, whether it's art or films or TV. What interests you outside of particularly acting or your entertainment field? What do you like to watch? What do you like to do in your spare time? What are your hobbies?
Well, I live in Los Angeles, so the weather's, in theory, most of the time, really nice. So I like to go hiking a lot, and I go to the beach a lot, and just spend a lot of time outdoors. I think nature is such it's a free gift that we're given here on the planet, and we don't take advantage of it as much as we should. So I just try to be outside as much as possible.
Very healthy. Now, how did you get into the role of acting? Because not only are you an actor, but there's so much physicality that goes into the work that you do. How did you start with both genres, and what led you into this entertainment field?
Well, when I was younger, I would say 5 years old, I was a very hyperactive child, and my teacher did not like me, and she had my parents come in and there was a meeting with an administrator because she said I displayed monkey-like behavior. So I was very active. So over time, I got put into gymnastics, and I became a competitive gymnast most of my young life, and was actually really good at it, and kind of kept going up the ranks as a gymnast. But at some point, I would say, sort of coinciding with that, I developed a love for acting. So when I was in the 2nd grade, I got to play Dopey in Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. That was my first nerd role, I guess. And that sort of sparked my love of acting. So from there, I always wanted to be an actor, and just kind of always kept doing school plays and community theater, as we say in the States. So any chance I could get as an actor, I would do. And I went to college or university and got my degree in acting, one of my degrees in acting, and then moved to LA like most people to be an actor. And Power Rangers came along, and I was just lucky enough that it required either, they wanted you to be a gymnast, a martial artist, or a dancer, so I was a gymnast, so it certainly helped me get the job.
Were there any films or theater productions that inspired you while you were getting into this field? That you looked up to, maybe actors or productions?
I mean, I always liked the Star Wars movies. Like when I was 7 years old when the very first Star Wars came out, and I remember going to the theater and just seeing it. It was like, at that time, just like the most state-of-the-art thing you could possibly see, and that opening scene with the big spaceship coming across the screen was so awesome. And I just remember thinking, wow, I really want to get into something like that. I really want to be an actor. So, I've just always resonated with that. My favorite character was Darth Vader, so I was always on the dark side, I guess. And I don't know what that says about me personally, but that's where I was. But that sort of was all the beginning of that. Does that answer the question?
Of course, and you're in the perfect place for it. We literally have Jabba over there. We're doing live Jedi training here at Comic-Con Manchester through the Great Jedi Order. Have you seen the Star Wars Cantina Bar yet?
I haven't got to go over there.
Who's been to the Star Wars Cantina Bar?
Wow.
Yeah. This is why you guys look so happy. We've been to the Star Wars Cantina Bar. We'll have to take you up there. It is a state-of-the-art prop build. It's just like you're in the movie. It's so much fun. Out of Star Wars, you do a lot of Comic-Cons. I've been lightly stalking your social media. You're very active at the cons. Have you met any of the Star Wars actors yet?
Of course, I've met many of them. I did get to, it was really cool to get to meet Carrie Fisher before she passed away. I've seen Mark Hamill at multiple Comic-Cons. David Prowse, who was Darth Vader, you know, and all that good stuff. So, I don't know, Jeremy, Boba Fett. Jeremy, I can't think of his last name, Bullock, thank you. So, you know, him and his wife are super nice. I get to do a lot of Comic Cons with him, so I've been fortunate.
Well, I love to ask this question because we always think it's cool that the actors and celebrities that we've fallen over, like you, when you get to meet someone that you can fanboy over or fangirl over, who has that been for you? At many Comic Cons, I'm sure you've met a lot of famous movie stars and musicians. Who really starstruck you?
Well, Sam Jones, who played the Flash. I mean, the Flash forward in that movie, whatever, when I was growing up, I don't know why. It was just like, it was a really movie that I would watch over and over and over again. And in the States, I'm not sure if you guys have this TV show here, we had something called Buck Rogers. And so I got to meet Gil Gerard, who was the star of Buck Rogers. But when I was growing up, he was the dude for me. And like, he even at one point tried to be a singer, and he had like a single out. And I remember buying the record and just playing it and playing it. And so the first time that I met him, I was telling him that. He's like, "You're probably the only person that bought that record."
That's very sweet.
Yeah. And what's really great is his son is a huge Power Ranger fan. So it just kind of like was really a really cool symbiotic moment when I really got to meet him.
That's like a full circle moment. You were his son's hero and he was your hero. That's very cool. Well, I know you guys are dying to ask some questions to Mr. Yost, so we will start at the microphone here. Or you want to borrow my microphone, buddy, or you want to go to that one? Yeah? I knew you'd be here, our blue Power Ranger of the day. Give a round of applause. Every panel he comes up with fabulous questions. Thank you, buddy.
What was your favorite episode to film
What was my favorite episode to film?
of Power Rangers?
Yeah. I mean, I would say Power Ranger Punks. When Billy and Kimberly became like the school bullies for a little while. We had a lot of fun filming that one. That's probably my favorite, but also Food Fight was a lot of fun when we got to have an actual food fight on camera. And probably switching places too, when Billy and Kimberly switched personalities. We had a lot of fun filming that one too.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for wearing your Blue Ranger cosplay.
Excellent cosplay. Come on up and ask your question. Feel free to introduce yourself.
I'm Elizabeth. I'm your biggest fan. What's your favourite actor or actress to work with?
My favorite actor or actress to work with? Within the Power Ranger context?
Yes.
None of them. I don't like any of them. I'm teasing. I mean, they're all great. I will say, the original cast, so Austin St. John, Amy Jo Johnson, Twee Trang, Walter Jones, Jason David Frank, and I'll put in Bulk and Skull, Paul Schreier, and Jason Arvey. It was amazing to work with all of them. They're such great people. I'm still friends with all of them. I keep in touch with all of them. So, you know, those are my favorites. Okay?
Thank you so much. It's got to be hard to play favorites, right? They're all your friends. If you want to push the microphone up, you're more than welcome. Thank you, sir.
Hi David.
Hello.
First of all, thank you for being such a huge inspiration to all of us that are childhood with Power Rangers. You are the OG Ranger. You paved the way for all the Rangers in the future. My question is, I know we've celebrated, 30 years now with Once and Always. Do you think there's more story to tell with Once and Always? Because we had obviously Judy's daughter, and you all thought of Robot Rita. But is there a chance maybe Lord Zed could come back, or what would you see yourself do? What would you see the cast doing now, after the story?
I mean, there's always more story to tell. I don't know that it has to fall into Once and Always, per se. I'm glad so many people resonated with that film and that they loved it and they thought it was great. And, you know, certainly we can continue to see where Billy goes off to, what he does, and what Zach and Min are doing. So, you know, there's always stories, and hopefully we can get Austin and Amy Jo somehow to get in there too. I would love to see their characters play out. But yeah, there's definitely room for growth. And I personally, before Once and Always came about, I was pitching my television series to the higher-ups that own Power Rangers called Quantum Continuum. and that's sort of how Once and Always came to fruition, if you will. But it's a totally different story than what I was writing. But I wrote a limited 8-episode series. You can read 3 of the scripts. They're on my Instagram page right now. So you can see what I had in mind for the Power Ranger, for the original cast, and where we are.
I'd like to have seen Billy maybe as a Red Ranger.
As a Red Ranger?
Yeah, because you and Trini were the brains of the operation, you were the smarts of the group, as we say. But I always thought, to me, you two were the best. I know about the leader, John Jason, but to me, growing up, it was always you and Trini that I looked up to. So, thank you very much.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your question.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Great question. Okay, we need to give a round of applause to this Comic-Con suit. I had a little touch of Comic-Con on my skirt, but this gentleman is putting everyone to shame. You look awesome.
Thank you very much. How are you, David? Absolute legend, sir. It's just a simple question, really. What was it like filming the Forever and Always without Tui and Jason David Frank involved?
I mean, Walter and I had a lot of fun going back because we are the 2 originating cast members. So we had a lot of fun getting to go back. Obviously, we're in our 50s. We had to put on our spandex. So that was a little embarrassing.
You look good.
Thank you.
You have an A-shot all to the back.
Oh, that's a lie, but thank you.
Look at your skincare regime after this. You must moisturize.
Yeah. So obviously, Jason hadn't passed away yet when we were filming that. He was still with us.
Is there a reason why you didn't get involved in it?
I really can't go into those kind of details, but I will say he was wanting to do it. But just I think what he was going through mentally at the time kind of kept him from coming forward with it. So, but I can only speculate. So, but yeah, so he was still alive, and we tried to incorporate them as much as we could. Like Jason and Amy Jo and Austin. Their characters are still, in theory, there at the beginning, as well as Twee. So, it was a lot of fun, but obviously it's sad at the same time. But I'm glad that we were able to celebrate Twee and her character of Trini, and bring her back into the franchise, if you will.
I'm sure she's going to be very proud of you.
I think she will. Would have, of course. So. Thank you. I appreciate your
Thank
question.
Thank you for your question. And the visual stunning suit that we love.
And the shoes.
And the shoe. Oh, and they light up. You are rocking it, sir. And speaking of rocking, another amazing cosplayer here. How are you, sir?
Hello. So I'm trying not to call you Billy.
You can call me Billy.
Well, great to see you. It's lovely to see you in strangers as you are, and yourself as well. I never thought I'd ever come to meet you face to face. My question is about the Gold Ranger. Was that always a red herring, or were you ever destined to be that for a while? It was a bait and switch?
No, as far as I know, I was never meant to be the Gold Ranger. They certainly teased the audience that Billy was going to be the Gold Ranger, but there was never any discussion that I would be that character.
That's a shame, because they've never done anything similar to that before. It's like
Right.
Mystery. This one was kind of so on the nose. It seemed like it was meant to be.
Right.
So it could be one of those.
I think they just wanted to tease you guys like that, and then they thought it would be a bigger surprise when Jason came back, Austin came back.
Well, I think
It was,
as
yeah.
well.
Exactly.
I'm like you wearing your command center outfit today as well.
I am. You're exactly right.
And as it were over with the lightsaber training, it's also great for you to come over and show you how to,
I will definitely.
how to use a blade.
All right, just don't stab me. Don't stick it through
It's
me.
okay, don't worry. I'm sure sparks will fly for this one. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Perfect. So
Thank
you
you.
mentioned Star Wars. I told you you're in the right place. We'll get a selfie or something for socials with you and the Star Wars guys. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Hi. The 30th was an absolute pleasure to watch. It was so much fun. I've always loved the behind the scenes moments of behind the scenes stuff on YouTube. I was wondering, out of the entire filming, which was the most fun day for you to shoot?
Which was the most fun day?
Yeah, does any day particularly stand out? It was just a lot of fun to get on set.
For me personally, it was the scene where Billy and Alpha 8 are trying to bring Zordon back, and that's when Alpha turns into Robo-Rita. So that was like a lot of fun for me that day to film, and just getting to go through all the steps of filming that. So for me, that was the most standout day. But I will say there's a scene where Billy and Zach are deciding how they're supposed to tell Min about Trini's death, sort of at the beginning of the movie, and Walter and I really had a lot of fun filming that scene too, because it really felt like, hey, we really get to act in Power Rangers, you know, we really get to try to show that we can do a little bit more than just say, it's morphin' time! So, that's all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hiya.
Hi David, been a massive fan of Power Rangers since I was a kid. What is your fondest memory of working with Jason David Frank and Twilight Time?
So, I mean, Jason David Frank was always the jokester on set. He got away with everything. Like, if you were his brother or sister, you would really not like him, because you would get in trouble for doing the smallest thing, but he could do whatever he wanted and never got in trouble. And he was just chaotic, but he was always making us laugh. So, you know, I just have a lot of good memories with him. He's very funny, very witty, and he's probably one of the smartest people I've ever met. He might get mad he might get mad at me for saying this, but he never completed high school. And for somebody who never completed high school, he had such an amazing business sense. I was just always inspired by him. So he was truly one of a kind. And obviously Twee, she was just a great woman. We were like brothers and sisters, so I never really paid attention to how beautiful she was until looking back now. You know, I look at all the pictures and I see her on TV, and I'm like, wow, she was so gorgeous, and just a really sweet, nice, down-to-earth person, and had such an amazing life story of you know, having to escape Vietnam with her family and come to the United States and just start with nothing and build their way up. I mean, she had just an amazing story of survival. So I just always admired her a lot for that.
Thank you, thank you for being such an iconic person.
I appreciate you saying that, thank you.
Thank you. Great question. Thank you for sharing those memories with us. Hi, Deb.
I was wondering if you could ask the Power Rangers like any fictional character or monster, what would you love to make a movie or a series about?
Can you speak closer to the microphone? I can't.
Sorry. If you could ask the Power Rangers, who would you love to make a series or movie about fighting, like about any fictional character or monster?
Does it have to be a fictional character or monster? I mean, like right now, I would love the Power Rangers to take on Cobra Kai.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine that, guys? Versus Cobra Kai. Who wants to see that? Yes, please. I'm sure you've met a lot of those guys too, Cobra Kai.
Yeah, they're very, very sweet kids. I don't know. I mean, I always feel like, because I'm a Star Wars person, I think it'd be kind of interesting to try to insert the Power Rangers in Star Wars somehow too. They just take on some stormtroopers or something, you know?
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate your question.
Stranger things have happened at Comic-Con. You never
That's
know
true.
what's going to happen here in Manchester. Oh my goodness, look at these cast of characters we got. Give it up for our cosplayers, everybody. The Rangers have arrived.
That's right.
Hey David, so my question is, so Blue Ranger I feel is quite underrated, it's not really in the centre of attention, so growing up and in Power Rangers, did you ever feel like you wanted to be more of a main character or, you know, like protagonist?
I mean, I guess. I mean, when we were filming, I never really felt that way. I just, you know, I always feel like every ranger has a purpose and they bring something individual to the table. So obviously, Billy was always saving the Power Rangers with his inventions and the things that he created. So, you know, I get that Billy was probably underrated because he was the smart one or the nerdy one. But he was the one that was really always figuring everything out. And in my mind, he was truly the leader. Nobody agrees to that.
Can I say, thanks for just being such an inspiration to so many people across the world and so many different generations. Like my mum over there, she loved Power Rangers as a kid. She always used to watch she always loved it. So
Well,
thanks for that.
I appreciate you, and it sounds like you have an amazing mom.
Yeah, I do.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're so well spoken. Round of applause for our Power Rangers. Hey, buddy.
I'm back again.
You're back again.
Lastly, I'd just like to say I really like your custom dragon shield.
You do?
And two questions. What was your reaction when you found out when Jason died?
Well, I mean, that's really hard for me because Jason and I were like best friends for a long, long time, and so I don't know. It was just really difficult. It's still difficult for me. I haven't dealt with a lot of the things I probably need to deal with when it comes to him. So I still struggle daily with what happened to him and that he's not here anymore. I keep thinking he's going to call me, and he doesn't call me.
My second question is, have you ever had a crush on someone you've worked with?
Now, I feel like you were asking this question to a lot of celebrities. You're trying to get us all in trouble.
I said it to Zachary Levi.
Yeah, I heard you say that to Zachary Levi the other day. I mean, of course. I'm not saying who.
But it's not very fun.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not a fun guy.
Pull her off. Some questions. He's here for the next turn. We'll do a final question here with this gentleman here.
Hi, thank you. I just want to say thank you for being just a massive part of my childhood. Thank you for that, and a big shout out to Jason. He's part of my childhood as well.
Of course.
I just wanted to ask, in the original show, what was your favourite monster design?
I mean, there were so many crazy monsters that we fought, but I always say, for me, Eye Guy was probably the most creepy in so many ways. Like, I can remember seeing that monster suit for the first time going, what do these people think of? I mean, it's just eyeballs, and it was really weird, but we fought, I think, a lipstick at one point, and we fought a purse. At one point, there was just so many crazy things that we took on. So even as we said in the special Once and Always, there was a turtle with lights on top of its head. Shell shock, yeah. So I don't know what the Japanese come up with or how they come up with the monsters, but it's pretty creative. I'll say that.
100%. Thank you.
But what was your favorite monster?
Probably Pudgy Pig.
Pudgy Pig.
Yeah, just because it's like
A lot of people like Pudgy Pig. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Great questions, everybody. Any final words for your fans here? You've been such a delight to share all of your stories with us. But any final words for your fans in Manchester?
Sure. I mean, I can't express to you guys enough how grateful I know the original cast is for all of you. Without you guys, we certainly wouldn't be the people that we are. And so we appreciate the longevity that you've given us. I appreciate so much whatever it is that Power Rangers did for you. We often hear that Power Rangers inspired me to become a martial artist or a dancer or a gymnast, or I didn't have any friends, but I would come home and I would watch Power Rangers, and I always felt like I had friends, or Power Rangers gave me the confidence to go out and make friends, whatever. So, whatever it was for you about Power Rangers, I'm certainly honored to be a part of that television series, and it's been very humbling, and I can't say again, thank you so much, and it's so awesome to get to be in the United Kingdom, and just experience this with you guys, so thank you.
Thank you, Manchester. Please keep showing your appreciation for the amazing David Yost. And he's heading back to the celebrity area so you can get an autograph and a photo op. Please keep showing some applause for David Yost, Manchester. Thank you so much. Sharing all these memories with us. Guys, that was an amazing panel. Thank you so much. We have more coming up.